Hello everyone, this is Supersnoopy here, back with another SWTOR video. Today I have for you guys another SWTOR discussion video. In today's SWTOR discussion video, I'm just going to be talking about the community. So I'm just going to be going over some of the basic aspects of the community. I'm just going to be going over it and what I think of it. So if you guys enjoy the SWTOR discussion video, as always, if you guys enjoy these videos, then make sure to leave a like. And if you guys want some nice gaming glasses, then check the links down below. No scope gaming glasses, but yeah. I hope you guys enjoy this video, and I'll see you guys in the discussion. Alrighty guys, let's get into this discussion right now. So as you guys know, in Star Wars Republic, or with any game, there usually is a community tied to it that basically brings the game together with others, or just in general, just people talking about what they feel about the game and what should be improved in their eyes. Now, honestly, one thing that I noticed with the Star Wars Republic community is out of all of the communities, I honestly just think it's probably one of the best communities that you can probably find in, multiplayer games and stuff. Now, I'm obviously going to talk about why I believe this, and mainly just some of my reasons. Now, obviously, with all communities, you do have, people that can be toxic at times, or people that are going to be rude and whatnot. I mean, even then, that is, of course, a given, and of course you will have trolls and stuff. I mean, that is always, like I said, I mean, that's a given with basically any, let's say, multiplayer atmosphere in a game. But I think in the community overall, when it comes down to not only, YouTubers, streamers, and all that stuff, but just in general, when it comes down to people in the game, I feel like it really is, it's kind of like brought together in a sense. Now, I mean, even then, based on that, it's like, I don't know, even the people that are trolls and sometimes and people that criticize the game and stuff, I mean, because even then that's fine criticizing the game and stuff, it still feels like it's kind of like brought together. Because I mean, even then, if you go on the Ebon, for example, I mean, that's the server I'm on, even when there's like drama and allies and stuff, normally it's just like people, usually you'll have like a debate or something else like that. I mean, even then I can understand like that can be some, like that can cause problems and stuff, but still at the same time you don't see people just like going on a huge rant, just doing a bunch of crazy stuff. Because I mean, in other community games, or just in general in other communities, people will just go on witch hunts and stuff and just try to spark, a bunch of like bad conversations. It's just like to badmouth people. But I feel like with this community, usually besides just like normal guild drama and stuff, it just seems like the community is pretty, like I say, they're pretty open to discussion and debate, which is something that I really like about the Star Wars Republic community. Is people are always open to the discussion, people are always open to debate the game, and people are also always open to criticize or take in different opinions. Because normally I actually don't see people that are just like someone says like something about the game that they don't like, I don't see like people just in the chat just jumping on a bandwagon just saying oh wow, you can't like not like this or something else like that. Usually, like, if people say that, it's usually like sarcastic. I know that I do that every now and then in the chat, just because I literally have no clue why I do. I just think it's pretty funny just to be sarcastic about stuff. But even then, I mean, normally I'm not serious, and it tends to be with other people, as they tend to be, pretty calm about the, discussions. But if you want an actual debate, people are usually just fine to get it. Now, I mean, this is just based on my experience on the Ebon. I really can't speak for, like, every server, but that's based on what I've seen. Is usually you just have good debates and stuff when people have them, or spark them up when it relates to the game. But I mean, even then, when it comes down to the community, when people of course have arguments and stuff, I feel like it's a lot, it's pretty tame compared to other games. I mean, if you just literally, like, a good example of this, like comparing the two is like if you go into this game and then you compare it to a different game like League of Legends or something, or like Counter-Strike Global Offensive, you'll find that there will be a bunch of, usually there are a lot of toxic players. That's the one thing that I've noticed with those two games. I mean, actually, I haven't played League of Legends. I always just hear a bunch of crazy stuff about how the community can be extremely toxic. But based on my experience of playing, Counter-Strike Global Offensive, I know that people are incredibly toxic at times. Now, the community, like on Reddit and stuff, they tend to also give, good opinions and stuff. But I feel like, just in general, when it comes down to just, like, stuff you'll find in-game, specifically with this game, you usually don't see much, you don't see many people being toxic, unless, either it's just like someone just having drama with another person, or in which case people just have issues if you're doing like really hard end game stuff. Because I know that sometimes people will also get mad at people if they just like have an issue with something in end game or ranked PvP and stuff. But yeah, I mean, I'm just kind of going over a bunch of different points here, But I mean, honestly, it's just kind of like hard to describe like the difference between this community and the other communities. I mean, it's just like this one. I just feel like when you go into the game, you aren't gonna just like join and be harassed by people, or you're just gonna like literally want to leave the game because of how I say how much like crazy stuff is going on. Because I know, like I said, I mean, you can just play Counter-Strike Global Offensive, and I mean, it's alright because of course you're gonna have like toxic players and stuff in like literally every game you play. But I feel like with that game, it really gets really annoying to the point where you like join every single game. You have people that are just like just trying to be toxic or just trying to start arguments and stuff on purpose. But I mean, even then, you can find like trolls and stuff in SWTOR Public. But still, you know, it is fun just to go and just have conversations with people or just still have, you know, the fun with it. Because that's just something that is, you know, it's really hard to describe. I mean, compared to other games, it just feels like it's a lot more, you know, like tame. There isn't a bunch of crazy stuff happening. And usually people aren't just like at each other's throats when it comes down to playing the game and whatnot. So I mean, that's something right there. Another thing that you know I didn't go over too much or so far is just like, I mean, I've just been basically talking about like how there's some cons and other stuff in this game along with other communities. But something that I really like about this community is that even though, you know, it's not really that big of a community, like to be completely honest, I mean, just in general, it just seems like this community is like more kind of like focused together, as in like in the sense that they all, you know, we all just kind of like are just kind of going to the same places. For example, you know, like the Reddit for the SWTOR Republic, we have Dolphy, we have all that different stuff. We also have all the SWTOR Republic YouTubers, streamers, literally everything, the vloggers, not even just vloggers, but we do have, you know, blogs. We just have literally everything just here. And it's just really nice because usually you can just connect with all these different people. Because like I said, we are a pretty strong community, not gonna lie. We just all have, you know, good places to go ahead and just, you know, talk about debates, opinions, or in general just places to, of course, upload videos to show to the community. That's something that's really nice about it overall. It's just something that I really think is just that should be noted, because it's just honestly, like, I mean, I can understand why people would think, you know, I'm a bit biased, because mainly because I, of course, am in the SWTOR Republic community. But after like playing through many games and just looking through all the different stuff, I can definitely see it, like, compared to the other ones. I really feel like this one is like, you know, it's just like something a bit different. I feel like it's just a lot more enjoyable just to go into a game and not have to really worry about all the stuff about people just going crazy or being incredibly toxic. I feel like with this game you can literally just kind of like jump in and just have conversations with people and it's all good. Or you can just ask people, and you'll have some trolls, but you still also will have people that will be, you know, willing to help you and all that different stuff. Because I mean, it just seems like we just are all like connected, and we all just kind of like help each other out when it comes down to not only video content, but also just players in the game, which is really nice about an MMO. When you do have an MMO where, of course, you know, people can help you out, and then you can also just learn from other players. But yeah, honestly, just to summarize it all up really quickly, is I feel like this community is really good. We have a bunch of different YouTubers, streamers, you know, a bunch of bloggers. We have literally everything where people can, of course, you know, upload daily content about the game and other stuff that is really cool, of course. And then not only that, we also have people in game that really are willing to help out. You may have trolls and stuff every now and then, but usually it's pretty tame, and you don't have to deal with, you know, a bunch of toxicity, you know, every single place you go in the game, because that tends to happen in other games, which is, you know, kind of sucks. But even then, you know, I just feel like with this community, you don't see it as often, which is, you know, a really big plus side. Now, I understand there can still be negatives. Of course, there's always going to be negatives in a community, and you're always going to have people that are going to be, you know, rude, or you're just going to have a bunch of crazy drama that's, like, coming out of nowhere or whatnot. But like I said, I mean, that comes down to every single game. That will always be present. So, I mean, I wouldn't really worry about too much or really care too much about it. But even then, you know, just try to just look through all the different stuff. Just try to, you know, just talk to people. And if you ever need help, of course, you know, there's just all this different stuff available, which is something that is really awesome. So I hope you guys enjoyed this quick little SWTOR Republic discussion video. As always, if you guys enjoy these videos, then make sure to leave a like and subscribe. And I'll see you guys in the next one.